The NFL is on EA Sports, and we are in Silicon Valley at Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. The scene a short time ago. This crowd, they love their 49ers, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room, and we're ready. Dan Bailey now to put the ball in the air, and we are underway from Santa Clara. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down. Okay, there's a tone setter. First play from scrimmage. Stuff them in the backfield.
You know what they were doing last night in the hotel room? Visualizing exactly that. That's what they were thinking about. Making that play, having leverage, lower than the offensive lineman, getting into the offensive backfield, knocking someone down. Just what you said, setting the tone early for this game.
Jeez, you are fired up.
When I see a play like that, I can't help it.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. To throw, it's Garoppolo. And the catch made. This is Emmanuel Sanders. Emmanuel Sanders past the 20. Touchdown, 49ers. Emmanuel Sanders, an 80-yard touchdown. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 22. The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
From the 25 on 2nd down, Cousins. He gets this one into the hands of Dalvin Cook. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a 1st down. It's a 1st down following a gain of 3. Cousins on 1st down. It's complete to Diggs. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. So 2nd and inches after that 1st down completion went just shy of the marker. Now Cousins. And Diggs has it. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 7 yards there and a 1st down. A 1st down throw for Cousins. Going deep for Diggs. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Chances are good he's going to be a very busy guy. 2 catches already in this opening drive, and they were looking his way for a 3rd.
I think they put this defense on notice that could be a really, really frequent combination. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Cousins gives way to Cook. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
This is Johnson. He's got it. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 25-yard line. On 1st and 10, Cousins. Flushed out right. And he will not throw it away. He goes out of bounds, well shy of the line of scrimmage, so that's a sack. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Well, this has been a good march down the field, but now they're stuck looking at a 2nd and 14. Here's Cousin. And this one hauled in by Rudolph. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
First down, Vikings.
Cousins going to come up on a 1st and 10. And he's 5 for 6 now throwing the ball on this drive. A give to Cook out of the gun. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Taking it in from 11 yards out as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
That was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result?
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. To throw is Garoppolo. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
Able to haul it in is Kittle. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 18 yards, 1st down Niners. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. They'll run for the first time with Tevin Coleman. And now nothing but green ahead of him. Touchdown, 49ers. Tevin Coleman, 60 yards. And the 49ers have now taken the lead. Seeing some pretty good offense here in this first quarter.
It's been a wild start to this quarter, as you noted. And now with that lead that we're seeing, can they retaliate? I get the sense this one's going to go back and forth all game long.
And that probably won't be the last long touchdown that we see in this one. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They trail a 1-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. Now Cook. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. 12 yards there, 1st down Vikings.
And the Vikings 1st down.
They run again on 1st down. Cook. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing, often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On second down, it's Cook. Cook with a first down and much more. And finally taken down at the 34. A gain of 28 yards there and give them a first down. Looked like they picked a heck of a time to run the counter.
And we've been saying that in this great game of football probably since we started playing. Anytime you get guys thinking you're going to go one way and you hit back the opposite side, it's a great chance it can turn into the type of play we just saw there, a big gainer.
An opening there on that first down run as he gets this forward for about 8 or 9. That looks to be 8 officially, so 2nd and 2.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
On 2nd and 2, Cousins. He completes it to Abdullah. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
From the red zone now, Cousins. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a third down.
Mike 51. Let's go, defense.
Hey, Charlie.
Man up, team. 51 to Mike. 51. First. Here we go. Go, Mike.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The linebacker, Fred Warner, right there on the coverage.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
They'll run for it. Cook. And he's not even going to come close to 49ers are going to get the football back.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well. So that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field is still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Let's go, defense.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Open man is Kendrick Bourne. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. And the 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
First and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
That would have been a great catch, but real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
2nd and 10 now from the 27.
Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense. Let's go.
Garoppolo now. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Anthony Barr. And he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown. Short throw, pick six right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
Extra point up and good by Bailey. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
All day, defense, all day, all day.
11.
Mike 55, Mike 55. Don't get nervous.
Working from the gun, Garoppolo looking for Sanders here on the deep ball. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Emmanuel Sanders, the intended receiver. But it'll be 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Garoppolo. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Again, they'll throw with Garoppolo. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
In your face.
Garoppolo, a final shot here before half. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The defensive end, Daniil Hunter, drops him. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. This is a 49-yard attempt, right hash. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And that will finish off this 3rd quarter of play. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the 2nd half. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. they're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Looking for his tight end Rudolph, and it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
They try and run on first down, but to no avail. Tackled for a 2-yard loss in the backfield.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
On 2nd and 12, Garoppolo. Daniil Hunter able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
That's his second sack of the game. The best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
Well, that last sack, it puts Garoppolo and the 49ers in a tough spot. They face a 3rd and long. On 3rd and long, it's Garoppolo. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line.
Well, Brandon, there's no question who they're going to look to on 3rd and long, but you can bet this defense knows that as well, so they've got him blanketed downfield. And this ball winds up being intercepted.
As he's brought down. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Draw play, Cousins to Cook. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down in the backfield. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7.
Hey, let's go.
51's the mic. 51's the mic. 3 bucks.
From the gun, here's Cousins. And that's knocked away and incomplete. Great solid coverage there by the All-Pro Richard Sherman. Able to get a hand in. Richard Sherman there to knock that one away. We've seen that a few times in his career.
And he played a very tough route really well there. Dig route. Oftentimes you get the impression receivers going deep and trying to get your hips turned and you taking off and running. Instead, he stays square, stays with him, and comes back and makes a play on the ball. One of the best things about him, takes very few false steps.
Now, after the field goal, Bailey will kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
Watch the curl.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 15 for the Niners there and a first down. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 13 yards there and a Niner first. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. Open man is Samuel, complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 13 yards there and a Niner first.
What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to leave the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you got to run fast. Of course, you got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness is a premium for all of that now.
He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. A gain of 6 there on first.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Back now here in Santa Clara. It's 49er football, but some ground to cover. They find themselves behind as we hit the 4th and final quarter. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Garoppolo, and that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
The Niners on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. And yet again, it's Garoppolo. Got his target, Samuel. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 18. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Inside the red zone, it's Garoppolo. And it's caught. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Tevin Coleman. He scored on the ground and through the air. As his guys are an extra point away now from taking the lead here in the 4th. A very important extra point there, up and good. And they have taken the lead here in this 4th quarter. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And after the field goal last time, let's see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
They run on 1st down as they're able to get this forward for about 4. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Let's put that team on it, huh?
Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3.
Whip. Watch the whip.
The Vikings going to signal for their first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3.
Yellow. 57 to Mike.
Working out of the gun, Cousins. And he fires one, but incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Cousins to throw for it on 4th. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. He will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there. And it looks like this will be the last play before the 2-minute warning. First down, here's the run with Cook. And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory. Less than 2 minutes to play. Down to the wire we go in a 1-point game. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Again, it's Cook. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. A gain of 13, it's a first down.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
Another 1st and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. Room to run again. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. Probably had 60,000 thinking pass right there, including us in the booth.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That was a big call, big guts on that one. And guess what? That run, it'll pay dividends.
On first down, it's Cook. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. On second down, Cook. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Third down, Dalvin Cook. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook with time running out. And they have taken the lead here in the final minute.
How many people are watching this one right here who gave up? Because that score, they might want to try and rush back into this stadium.
Yeah, what looks like is going to be the game-deciding score, although a little bit of time left, so you can't count your chickens before they're hatched.
Well, they better come back in here and watch this one, because you and I, we're not going anywhere. We want to see this one play out.
Mike 5-4. Run. Mike 5-4. Get in the weight room. Get in the weight room. 54 is Mike. 54 is Mike.
Here's Cousins. And this one's caught. And their 4th quarter lead grows by a couple more. And the formula there on the 2-point try to go 5 wide. Not even the option to hand the ball off. They got it.
They tried to create space, and there isn't a whole lot of it there. For the defense, what you're trying to do is make sure that someone can catch the ball, make them catch it behind you, because they run out of space with the back line. But in this case, the offense figured it out.
You don't got no time, little homie. Your time is up. Let's go. I got this shit.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. 1 possession game. Time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation? And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Anthony Barr. And he's able to get it back to right around
User
27.
lurk, nigga. Stop playing with me. Use alert. He thought he was going, man, don't play with me, boy. That's Anthony Barr, nigga. That nigga's
They'll run on
that's
first
his
down.
hell.
And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. And with just inside of 10 seconds to go, they'll burn their final timeout.
Yeah, you always got
9
that
seconds
attitude,
left.
man.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Just beat the shit out this
And they'll
kid.
indeed take a knee. So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory. And I tell you, this was a fun one. Just a close game. Nothing comes easy in this league, as you know. They had to work for that victory.
I've got to go back to what you just said. Nothing comes easy in this league. How many times have we talked to coaches prior to a game and assessed, the strengths, the weaknesses, the whole deal? Even in games when one coach was a decided favorite, what do they always say to us? But you do know this is really a 7-point league. 7 points either way usually decides a ball game. We had exactly that in this one.
And not only that, but this is a gutsy road victory, one they can hang their hat on. That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Yeah, I
more,
wonder how many
find us on
rushing
Twitter
yards I average a
@EA
game, dog. It has to be
NFL.
like 150 yards
With
per
that,
game
we
rushing.
say so long.
'Cause I be
from
running
Santa
all over
Clara.
these niggas, man. I just had 168. I had a few 300 yard games. Yo, bro. Whatever, dog. Huh? What? What'd you say? Oh. Thought you was talking back again. Man, I ain't use that much hot water. That's what the? That's it. Don't make no sense. Oh, oh.
We are just about 9 miles from downtown Manhattan as EA Sports brings you to MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. A few minutes ago, the hometown Jets were introduced to this sellout crowd, and it's a roar that could be heard across the river in Manhattan. They're set to go as their Jets will match up with the Pittsburgh Steelers. On to get us started now, the kicker, Chris Boswell. And in front of a raucous crowd, this one is underway. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
26 months. It's going to be a long day. It's going to be pressure.
Now a carry for the former Michigan State man, Le'Veon Bell. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Now Darnold. And he will find his man for the first time, Demaryius Thomas. 23 yards the pickup there.
He's come a long way since his time at Georgia Tech. What did he run at Tech? He ran hitches and go routes, essentially.
Yeah.
I mean, but he ran them really well. He averaged well over 20 yards a catch while he was there. And he still creates downfield in the NFL. That big body and that willingness to go catch.
And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. Stephon Tuitt able to shake free and get home for the sack. To try again after the sack. Darnold. And his throw is incomplete. He was trying to find his tight end, Chris Herndon. 3rd down here. He shook his head right when he...
Been an easy throw.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Lady. Mark 55. Mark.
Hey, Alpha.
Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys. Mike 55. Mike 55. Hey, eat. Let's go. Let's hit this ball back for the offense. Let's go.
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. He'll rifle this one deep right side. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Joe Hayden, the veteran, with a pick. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 from back at their own 10-yard line. First carry for James Conner. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. That one 28 yards on the ground.
Dance class, anyone? Did you see the steps between the quarterback and the running back?
What you need for a good counter.
You have to have it because you're setting up your blocking. There's a timing element as well, but they have to marry up their steps. Otherwise, that timing gets thrown out the window.
Timing was great there and a big run. Roethlisberger going to get this one to counter. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Now Roethlisberger. He'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Juju Smith-Schuster, 56 yards. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Boswell good with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They'll start out on the ground with Bell. There on the tackle, Minkah Fitzpatrick.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Here's Bell. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Big stop, let's go. Switch.
Bell. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. The first carry here for Ty Montgomery. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. It's a first down on a gain of 10. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. On the carry, it's Montgomery. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from MetLife Stadium. The Jets with the football here. As they got it with 2nd down and less than a yard. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches.
Hey, you got 3.
From the shotgun, it's a give to Bell. And he gets it down to the 32. 2 yards, good enough for a first. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. And they'll keep it on the ground with Bell. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And finally down at the 9-yard line. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first. That was excellent from start to finish, from the blocking to the running, just well executed.
And now let's look ahead, because after that, how about a little play action, maybe a little bootleg, and get the quarterback out on the corner and give him a little run-pass option.
And they're right down here looking for 6.
26 Mike. Let him know.
They'll run with Montgomery. And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. A nice pickup of 6 there to get him closer to the end zone, and it'll be 2nd and goal. They're mounting a nice drive here. Good chunk of yardage there again. O-line, they've been solid this drive.
They have that look about them right now that says, if you do anything but run the ball behind us, you're crazy. They have really moved it well on this drive, and they want to finish it off the same way.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. So they opted to pass for it on 3rd and goal. Let's see what they do on 4th and goal.
Well, I think they threw it with the idea that if they didn't get it, they would go for it on 4th and goal. So they've got another play in their pocket. They're going to have to call it right now. No field goal here.
So on 4th down, the Jets turn to kicker Sam Ficken. From the left hash, a chip shot here. Ficken's kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, probably that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts of the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first. So 1 play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Right back to Connor here on 1st. And he'll take it across midfield down into Jet territory. Avery Williamson there to make the stop.
A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 49-yard line.
What's up? Welcome.
From just shy of midfield, Roethlisberger. And now he'll tuck it and run. And avoids the contact by sliding. Scrambling not particularly a Roethlisberger strong suit, but he does get the job done there and gets a first. 2 minutes to play in his first half. 7-3 our score. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or 2 miss, but that window closed quickly. On 2nd down now, it's Connor. Nathan Shepard in there to make the tackle.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Well, they need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on 3rd down.
Right there, 54, right there, 54 Mike. Show that bench release and go.
Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Johnson with a burst, a first down and more. This is Johnson, he's got it. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 12-yard line.
Some think the teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
Roethlisberger will throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
On 2nd and 10, Roethlisberger, open man, completes it to Smith-Schuster. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number one. Smith-Schuster, by the way, became the youngest player in NFL history to reach 200 receptions. He accomplished that week 9 in the victory over Indianapolis. The last catch nearly got him a first, but it did not, and they'll try to convert on 3rd and inches.
Right there. 54, right there. 54, Mike.
They'll try and run for it with counter. And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. James Conner, as the first half is winding down. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. Extra point put through by Boswell. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This fielded at the 2. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
All told, it's an even 30 and a first down. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, this will be a 52-yard attempt. And that will wind up just short. He had it online. It fell on EA Sports. And how about this right out of the locker room? An onside kick attempt. So time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the third quarter. A very interesting call and one that backfires. I know they're losing, Charles, but boy, to start the second half with the onside kick, risky.
Felt like a sense of urgency from their side, coupled with, you and I both know the special teams coordinators. They sell their key plays each and every week to the head coach, don't they? And I guarantee he's been selling this one. We can get it, coach. We can get it. And that came together with that sense of urgency you talked about.
First down, Steelers.
Set! Let's five!
4. Let's pick it up. It's out time, guys. Out time. Let's get off the field.
Luther, set!
They run with Conner. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. On 2nd and 1, Roethlisberger. Throw left side, complete to Smith-Schuster. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
On 1st and 10 is Conner. And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
At the 12-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Here's Roethlisberger. This is caught. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, the second half, no matter what. Whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is fielded at the goal line. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And the last time that they were on the field, a little demoralizing. Missed field goal. You always feel like you want to get it in the end zone, but then, oh, well, at least we're going to get 3. Didn't go through the goalpost, so.
It does test the mental processes of the team, though, doesn't it? Because when you miss a field goal, it's amazing how fast they want to turn on the guy kicking the...
Le'Veon Bell, it's a foot race. 30. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Le'Veon Bell, 68 yards. And the Jets are able to cut into this deficit.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
Yeah, this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try.
Black 20.
Check right 54. Right 54. Defense, we shift.
This is Samuels. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Second and 10.
So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10.
Jack 16.
54.
5.
54. Block 54.
Black.
Now it's Roethlisberger. And he's got his man on the out route. 12 yards there and a first down. From the 32 now. Here's first and 10. Now Ben going to give this one to Connor. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. 12 yards that time, but a Pittsburgh first.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Eluding the pressure right. Now he'll pull it down. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable second and short.
To throw again on second down. Roethlisberger. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this third quarter.
But nothing takes a start to have a good drive quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a third and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
So the sack, and now a third and long situation for the Steelers and Ben Roethlisberger. On third down, it's Connor. And he's going to come up well short as they rally up to stop him at about the 16. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll bring up a fourth down. They're going on fourth down. It's Roethlisberger. Open man, Smith-Schuster. It's complete. And now a fumble. The ball's out. And I think the offense got it back. Yes, they did. At the 2-yard line is where they'll have it. Now Roethlisberger. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Able to get there and pick it. He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. He's at the 30, 10, And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Jet touchdown. Well, don't change that channel just yet. This one may have gotten a bit more interesting.
Put down the remote, put down the clicker. This one looked like it was over. It looked like they were ready to seal the deal. But in doing so, by pitching it around a little bit, it cost them. We could have a great finish.
Big play coming now for the Jets as they'll set up to go for 2. After the interception, here's Darnold. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I know they didn't tack on the 2 points, but I liked their attempt. After the interception return for a touchdown, I was thinking to myself, forget kicking it, go for 2, and they did.
Oh, yeah, and everybody's scrambling. Maybe you catch the defense on their heels. They weren't ready to be out there.
Yeah, it's almost like a sudden change, right? There's a turnover, you take it away, they stuck it in the end zone, keep the momentum going. Give credit to the defensive guys for rallying and stopping that 2-point attempt.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Hobbies and hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. And a big turning point here in the second half, Charles, after that play.
All you're trying to do is change momentum, flip things around for your team. You're just trying to take the ball away. How about when you take it away and score? That really changes things.
They're going to keep it on the ground. And he'll get into the end zone. So now a field goal would only tie as they've upped their lead to 3. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This is taken at the 3. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory to play in the NFL. You got to remember what you did wrong so you don't repeat it. But you can't dwell on it because then you will repeat it, and that's what you don't want to do.
A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. He rifles one that's intercepted. He's picked off near his own 48. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line. Boy, what a turnaround. They exited the lockers with a nice lead, and now all of this. What's happened?
So when you start to write your novel, you'll start out with, it was a tale of 2 halves, won't you?
Hey, but I'm a bad writer.
I don't know exactly what happened because sometimes teams can go in with a lead and get too comfortable, too relaxed, and a couple of things go wrong, and it's hard to get back that good feeling.
Squish, double time.
They'll go again with Bell. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on 3rd down. They'll try and run for it with Bell. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
They're able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. They've got it 2nd and goal now as they look for that final dagger. And he is not going to get in as the big bodies stop him at the 1. Officially no gain on the sneak. Kind of a wasted play there. And now he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Sam Darnold keeping it himself from a yard out. And the Jets capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. They do tack on the extra point as well, and his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Yo, you want to see something amazing?